Let's see if this works. I've never done this.
Never done what?
Just been like, now we're back.
I did it once and I got in trouble.
We're back.
I did it once.
Okay. Oh, is live video starting? We have to wait. It started. Okay. Rachel.
Sure.
You were in a weird position. Because you live with me. And you're like the only person in the world who knows everything about the secret that I know.
I don't know if it's everything.
I mean, it's most everything.
I know a lot, but I also don't
care.
It.
You don't care. I got it. You don't care. But you have the St. Augustine painting in your house. Mm-hmm. You have, look at this. Most people out there are like, they use 12 treasures, or they use the wiki or whatever. This is what you got. You got this to go through. Yeah. And it's not even all of them.
I don't even do that.
That's not even all of them. There's more.
I don't even.
Where's mine? Where's my copy?
I don't know.
This one's my copy. I know that because it's all. Okay. Now, we've established that you don't care. You don't care about the secret at all, right?
I care because you care.
Well, like you made friends. Joel's a friend.
I made a lot of friends.
Joel's a friend. You got friends that are just hunters, but you don't care.
I care
about the puzzle. You care about your friends.
I mean, I'm not gonna go and dig.
I gotta remember to take this pinned comment down. What's happening? I got really excited about talking about St. Augustine. So now I decided to interview a second person. But this time,
it's me.
With rum. Don't get me wrong.
So he's gonna interview.
The previous conversation was a lot of fun.
He's gonna interview a person that doesn't know anything.
Now, here's this book. It's signed by everybody.
Okay, understood.
Now, I'm going to find you a poem. It's this one. I flipped directly to the page. Now, I want you to read this poem.
The first chapter, written in water, near a man with windrows, behind bending branches and a green picket fence. At the base of a tall tree, you can still hear the honking shell. Limestone. I felt like I said that wrong. Silver salt, stars move by day, sails pass by night. Even in darkness, like moonlight and teardrops over the tall grass, years pass, rain falls.
What does that make you think of? Like, you live in St. Augustine. You know this is this. We're not going to argue about whether or not this verse is about St. Augustine, are we?
No.
You know.
I mean, I'm not going to argue.
Okay. What, like, when you read these lines, when you read the first chapter, what goes through your head?
The first chapter is the Fountain of Youth because of little sign.
Well, okay, so that's what you know because that's what I've said. But like when it's just in your brain, like, like what does that make you think of?
You know, we should have had this conversation 1,700 years ago.
1,700 years ago?
Yeah, and then it would have been a brand new conversation.
Yeah.
And then, but now my mind is tainted, and now it's not 1,700 years ago.
So okay, so your mind's tainted. Do you think that this is buried at the Fountain of Youth?
No, I always thought in the very beginning, it was always on the island. The very, very beginning. When you called me dumb.
Well, no, I didn't call you dumb.
Well, it was.
And your first thing wasn't on the island.
It was.
No, it was on.
I didn't have an X mark the spot.
It was an island, but it wasn't the island.
It was. I didn't have an X mark the spot, but it was always the island.
You're talking about Owl Park.
No, well, it was showing you the shape of the little.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never an X mark the spot. It was never like, oh, it's gonna be here.
But that's not on the island.
Well, it was somewhere.
It's on an island.
Whatever.
Kinda.
It was
it's
never.
A peninsula.
It was never at the Fountain of Youth.
No.
No.
Okay. So you've had years, though. You've had years to think about this. Well, no. Okay, so we made you look
Okay,
at the verse.
okay, let's just do this. Let's just start this. Because if you want to talk about St. Augustine, why don't we talk about 1700 years ago?
1700 years ago.
Yeah, we were at Ryan's house,
Oh.
and you're like, "Hey guys,
Oh God!
I found this book,"
And everybody made fun of me.
Everybody made fun of you, and you're like, "I think I know where this treasure is at.
That was
Let's
when
go."
we were riding bikes.
We were riding bikes, exactly. And you're like, "Do you want to come and dig with us?" And then
he made so much fun of me.
he did. And then you're like, "Let's go." So we all went. Remember, you, me, and Ryan. We did this a couple of times, and we all went to the Fountain of Youth.
We rode from his house on the island.
You guys rode bikes. I never rode bikes. I drove.
Yeah,
you guys in the very beginning, it was just the two of you.
Yeah, from his house on the island, all the way to the Fountain of the Youth, and then we dug up that
little entrance.
That little maintenance entrance where that house is. We dug the hell out of that place.
Yeah. I remember
because we almost removed that plant. Like we almost just took it out of the ground because it was annoying. The one right in front of the palm tree.
Yeah.
And we dug down and we went underneath the cannon.
We were there. You guys
went underneath
you
the
were there
sidewalk.
for a long time.
We went back to the footer of the wall.
And then we went again. This time we all drove.
Well, I'm talking about all. That first time we didn't do that much.
Well, no. The first time you guys, didn't do very much, but you guys.
We had to get a pokey-stick.
You guys got a pokey-stick,
and it was.
And he was making fun of you about your homemade pokey-stick.
Yeah, no, because the first time we had a pokey-stick, we had to go back to his house, so we had to ride from. We rode from the island to the Fountain of Youth, then back to the island to find a pokey-stick, and it ended up being one of Angela's like the things you use to remove weeds.
Yeah, it was very, very thin.
Yeah,
it was that. And then that didn't work. And then, so, you always were, in the beginning, a Fountain of Youth guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. In the very, very beginning, 1700 years ago, you said, "You guys, this is at the Fountain of Youth. Let's all go."
Yeah.
So we did, minus Angela, because she never went. And
I think that was before the consensus was, because there wasn't really any talk online about St. Augustine.
No, it was just us.
It was just us.
I didn't know anybody.
I mean, there was a dude that had went and taken pictures a couple of years before, but that was about it.
1700 years ago, It was just us. It was just the three of us. It was you, me, and Ryan.
Yeah.
And then we were living in the Palaka house. This is when we were living in the Palaka house, and you said, "Rachel, try to figure this out."
Yeah.
This is where I said, "Okay," and then I tried to figure it out. Probably took me no time. There was like no time invested. Let's be real. And then I said, "Oh, I think it's on the island." What you're saying, the island. What I'm saying is the different island.
Yeah.
And then we talked to Ryan about it. Like later, Ryan said he had no idea.
But Ryan said that he had a friend that had been working on this puzzle for a long time, and he never hooked me up with that friend. Like he was like, "I need to hook you up with whoever it was."
Yeah, and he never did.
And he never did. So there's somebody out there, probably in the groups, that I'm mutual friends with Ryan.
You guys, if you know Ryan and you don't know George, send a message to George, because Ryan was supposed to hook you guys up 1700 years ago, and that never happened.
And imagine where you would have been, sir, in the secret community had Ryan made that phone call.
You would have been pokey-sticking.
You could have had that.
You would have been pokey-sticking 2:00 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Those were fun times.
Those were fun times.
Those were really fun times.
And then we tried to, this last time Ryan was over, we tried to convince him to go out and do it again.
He said he would.
Did he say he would?
He did said he would.
Okay.
Do you want to do an adventure?
With Ryan?
Yeah, let's just make it like a fun adventure, though. Let's do you, me, Ryan. We could do it when James comes to town, because James has never been digging with us.
And we can't bring Alan, because I asked Alan that one time, and he was like, "I'm old. I can't be out at like 2:00 in the morning."
Oh, Alan doesn't want to come?
No.
I bet we could convince Alan and Mia to come up 2:00 in the morning to go pokey-sticking with us.
Maybe if the rest of us are going to be there. Yeah, maybe.
It could be like an after party.
Yeah.
2:00 in the morning.
You know what we should do?
Oh, wait a minute. We should go for drinks first. Because, the bars close at 2. Last call, 2. We should go for drinks first around midnight. Get yourself a fun drink. Then you're all pumped up. Then you can go pokey-sticking as a small little group.
Do you know what we should do? And Evie reminded me of this without knowing that she reminded me of this. You remember the oyster pit rescue story?
Mm-hmm.
John Fraser owes us a favor that we never called in.
Okay.
You know what we should do is we should get all of these people together and we should call John and be like, hey, can you leave the park keys and just let us roam around your park?
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Or if he would come and hang out.
It's not. Yeah, he'll come and hang out, but it's not in the Fountain of Youth. I don't even feel like we need to go.
You just like go hang out in the Fountain of Youth at night like you did when you were kids. Except, with permission this time.
I mean, if we're gonna go pokey-sticking.
No, not do that. No, I would never do that to John's park.
I know. I wasn't saying that. It's like if we're gonna go pokey-sticking, we need to go to a different area.
But could you imagine like wandering around the Fountain of Youth at 2:00 in the morning with margaritas and shit with all your friends just hanging out, being like, Ponce de Leon landed here.
I don't think we should do that though.
Okay,
I think that's
right.
too
but
much.
I bet he would. Come
it's just too big of a favor. And then let's just not do that.
All right. Well, it was an idea. We can just go to a bar.
We can go to a bar and then we can go because James has never been pokey sticking with us. And then it'd be a new experience for James because James has never ever we've been pokey sticking with a lot of people. Yeah. I've been poking sticking, actually digging with Brett 3 times.
Yeah.
I dug with Brett 3 times.
I love the fact that you still call it pokey sticking.
And then
everybody else is like, I probed the ground. Rachel's like, I pokey stick.
And then we went pokey sticking with Ryan. God, I can't even count how many times we went pokey sticking with Ryan. And then but James has never been into these adventures with us, so he doesn't know what he's up for.
No,
because then we did stuff all the time. I don't know. I think we should do it. I think we should do it.
We'll totally do it.
Even if it's completely wrong, we could just say we went pokey sticking with some guy that we never went pokey sticking with before.
We should just invite the Facebook group, except it's basically a felony to do that. So do you want to invite them if you're going to commit a felony?
I don't think it's a felon to put
not a felony,
pokey stick in. You're not digging. You're not digging.
No, I'm not digging.
And you could do something you could do it in an empty lot. It doesn't have to be.
But that's not fun. You want to do it where you're like, maybe there's a treasure.
I mean, that's debatable if that's what you want to do. I was thinking we could just take someone out to go pokey sticking.
Evie wants you to tell the oyster mud pit story. Do you want to tell the oyster mud pit story? You were around for a lot of that one because you left, right?
No, I was with the whole thing.
But
the whole time.
But you weren't there when I broke into the Fountain. You didn't come in. You drove around.
Oh, I never know. I didn't go inside the Fountain of Youth.
For full disclosure, I was asked to break into the Fountain of Youth.
No, I did not go.
You didn't go in.
No.
You drove around
to
the.
We took separate cars.
Because
you had the Jeep. I had the Caddy. Right? Was it the Caddy at the time or was it the Volkswagen?
It was the Volkswagen.
It was the Volkswagen. That's right. It was a black car. Well, the Caddy's black too. But anyways, I had the Volkswagen and you had the Jeep. Mm-hmm. And you said we need to meet at the Fountain of Youth. And I said, okay. So you're like, go here. Because I said there was a whole bunch of cops here. Remember, I called you. I said there's a whole bunch of cops here. And you said, that's fine. Just go and find John. He's at the condos next door with his friend. And I'm going to be at the Fountain of Youth. And I said, okay. So I went and I met John. And I said, George is at the Fountain of Youth. He said, that's fine. He's going to call me. So I guess you called John. I don't even know what that conversation.
So John called me. I was just sitting I was working on something in the garage or something. And John called me and he was like, George, you're never going to believe this shit. And I was like, what? And he's like, there's a guy who was trying to break into the Fountain of Youth because he thinks there's a treasure. And I was like, that happens all the time, John. He's like, no. Legitimately, he was trying to break in at night and he got caught on the oyster beds. And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, this is a guy from Georgia. He has no idea what he's doing. He's got his girlfriend with him and he's an inflatable raft.
That got damaged because when it hit the oysters, because of the low tide, the raft.
So for people who don't know, outside of the Fountain of Youth, if you look at it in Google Maps, it looks like there's a bunch of little islands of land in the water, but there's not. It's not islands of land.
You could pull it up. You can show them what the little oyster beds look like.
Oh no, I don't have.
Go to Google. Go to freaking Google, and then go to. Well, I don't know why you have Grant Park pulled up. Boring.
Well, it was the previous.
And then you want to go to the inlet. Go to the inlet.
I mean, we're right here.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna put this over here.
Can you see?
No, not yet. But
Oh,
look.
how do we make it see?
Wait. Boom.
Oh.
Oh, look, I can do it like this.
It's like
and
magic.
It's like magic. All right, let's see.
Well, you have to get in the water. You see all those?
Okay.
Yeah,
so
see all that?
All of that. This is the Fountain of Youth Park. And out here it looks like land. It looks like islands, right? That you can walk on, but it's not.
They're oyster beds.
They're oyster beds. And they're like the worst mud you've ever experienced in your entire life. Right? It's like
kind of like quicksand.
It's kind of
like
quicksand.
But it's mud. So you're just gonna it's like concrete. You're just gonna get stuck in it. And
so what this guy did was, I'm gonna bring this back over here and bring it back up. Okay. Let's bring it back up here.
He was a nice guy. He was very nice. His girlfriend was very nice.
He was very nice, yeah. So he drove to the Fountain of Youth from
the
Atlanta?
little inlet.
No.
That was the inlet.
Where did him and his girlfriend come from? It was somewhere like Atlanta.
Oh,
right?
I have no idea.
It was somewhere in Georgia.
I don't even remember.
And they parked over here, right? They parked over
by
here.
the inlet, yeah.
And then they had this inflatable raft that they bought at Walmart. Like, not a professional inflatable raft by any means.
It was probably like a $50 raft.
Yeah, one you buy for kids to play at the beach.
Oh, no, it was a little bit bigger than that. It was an actual, like, raft.
It was plastic.
No, it was inflatable, but it was a raft. It was like a $50 raft.
Okay. Anyway, they put in down here, and then they paddled all the way. I'm doing this wrong. They put in down here, and they paddled all the way down to here, where they decided would be a good place to break into the Fountain of Youth. So they paddled inside in here and got to legitimately right here. And the guy was like, "All right, here's land. We're gonna get off." And he put his boat there, I guess. And then the tide
came down, and when the tide comes down, those oysters
they pop out. And they're super
sharp.
And they poked through and sliced up his boat. So his boat deflated, and it's just like a layer of plastic. Him and his girlfriend planted right here.
And they were stranded on this little island.
Now this guy was like, "I'm gonna be a hero for my girlfriend, and I'm gonna go get help." And that is the dumbest thing.
Because he
stepped off of that.
Got cut up.
He stepped off of that raft into the mud and sunk up to his waist. And there's nothing but oysters below him. And they cut his legs all up. He was covered in blood by the time we got to him.
I mean, it wasn't like Murderville.
I mean, it wasn't Murderville, but he was covered in blood. And it's like, that's gross. It's gross, brackish, horrible water. Like, you're going to get an infection. It smells.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't get infection, though. I'm sure he cleaned it okay.
Oh.
I have faith that he did okay.
So here's the problem. Okay. So he is dead set in the middle of these two docks. In a place where you cannot walk. And John Fraser calls me and he's like, "I need you to go rescue this guy." He's like, "Do you know anybody with a boat?" I was like, "Yeah, my dad's got a boat." And he's like, "Well, this is where the guy is." And I was like, "Well, having a boat's not going to help. You can't get a boat to it."
You can.
Well, when the tide's out, you can't. And even if you could, how are you going to step off the boat to get him? You can't do it. Like,
I mean, if you give me some time to think about this, there's a way.
Well, so what John said was, John asked me to go and break into the Fountain of Youth, which is, I keep moving the wrong thing. He asked me to go and break into the Fountain of Youth. So what I did was I broke in. I'm not going to tell you how, but I broke in and I went to their maintenance shed way back in here. And I started getting extension ladders because they have like 30-foot extension ladders. And I thought if I stood here on the dock and I extended the ladder out, I could drop it in the marsh.
And he can climb his way up.
Well, either that or I could climb down, because there's a ladder right here. You could climb down the ladder onto the other ladder and walk out and get him. But he didn't have enough extension ladders because that's a lot farther out than you would think.
Oh, yeah, it's super far.
So ultimately, we had to call the cops. And I think that's when that guy
Rescue came, not the cops, the rescue.
Well, it was the sheriff's office came.
Yeah, there was one cop that was there.
Fish and Wildlife came. or fish wildlife and game, whatever it is. The fire department came, and then sea rescue came.
Mm-hmm. And they use the little thingies, the mud spreaders.
Yeah.
So they're like,
I think that's when that guy realized how big of a deal this was. When like 6 different agencies show up, and it still took them 6 hours to get him out of that.
I don't know if it was 6 hours. It was a long time though. I don't know if it was 6 hours.
We were there for a long time.
I don't know if
hours.
it was I don't know if it was 6 hours though. I think that's a high guess.
Well, we didn't get out. The park closes at 6, and that's when they tried to break in. And then we didn't get out of there until 10:30, 11.
Maybe. I don't even remember. It was dark. I remember that.
So, oh my God. So the guy gets out. His girlfriend is panicked and embarrassed. And the first thing he does is come over to me and he's like, hey, do you want to hear my theory? And then we put him in the Jeep and he breaks my tablet.
Yeah, well, they stepped on. Well, it sounded like he did it on purpose.
He didn't do it on purpose.
He didn't know the tablet was there. He stepped on it and it cracked.
And then he made a video. So that's the quicksand oyster story.
Yeah. I think what we should do, I don't know if Alan and Mia are in for this, but at 2:00 in the morning, that day that we're planning this, whatever day this is to go pokey-sticking, we're going to go out for a drink. We're going to go out and do a pokey stick. Mm-hmm. But before that, we should have an oyster roast here at the house. We can get a bushel of oysters. We can cook them on the fire pit.
Yeah. I thought Alan didn't like oysters.
That's why I said, I don't know if I just literally said, I don't know if Alan and Mia would be up for this.
Well, yeah, but I thought you meant for another reason. Just because they don't want to come hang out with us. It's a good idea. I would love to do oysters. We haven't done that in years. Evie wants me to check my messenger. Evie's like, stop what you're doing. Pay attention to me.
I can't even read the comments, dude.
That's because they're way over here and you got a camera in the way.
I don't care.
You want to talk about other treasure hunts? What do you want to talk about now?
Well, you want to talk about St. Augustine, so shoot, your turn.
Oh, it's a gif of you and me pointing at each other with my hand.
Oh, because it's the pokey sticks. Get it, pokey.
Pokey sticking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the kids call it.
That's what the kids call it.
What are other fun stories that you have? Because, like, I mean, every time people ask you about The Secret, you talk about The Secret with people, you're just like, it's boring. I don't care. But you've had fun times.
I did have.
What was your most fun time that involved The Secret?
I don't know about the most fun time. I mean, I really appreciate hanging out with Ryan, like the three of us. Like that was like funs. That was funsies. Since then, since 1700 years ago.
I'm supposed to take a drink every time you say 1700.
I didn't know that. Let's see. Everything's different for me than it is for you.
Yeah.
So when we were in New York, for the meetup,
you were riding around with Laura.
Riding around with Laura. That was a lot of fun. We had to go to Best Buy because you forgot your charger and you really needed one. So we bought a charger. Her and I took a taxi to Best Buy, and we walked back. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
New York was probably one of my favorite trips too.
Yeah, it was a
Coney
lot of.
Island
it was a lot of fun. Coney Island was fun.
With Bradley, Nick, and Caroline, and Jason.
I didn't want to ride the subway though. I think people were disappointed in that.
Yeah, I didn't really see that.
Maybe I should have rode the subway, and maybe I should just do it, pony up and ride the subway. Let's see what else.
That one time you got married was pretty cool.
Let's see.
Where did I put? Because we're doing this on 2 different places, and I'm trying to find the comments from the other one if there are any comments. It's not there.
It's right there. Comments are right there.
Over here. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Trying to see what else. Let's see. That was that one.
Someone said congratulations. It was Bella. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Bella.
That time, I don't think you were with me when I went to Roanoke and met Bradley for the first time and we saw the ghost?
No, I
That was a
wasn't
lot of
with
fun.
you.
That was when, because we didn't know each other, and Bradley called Laura as soon as we were walking around the park, his wife. She didn't know he was on speakerphone, and she said we were talking about digging, which for legal reasons we did not do. And she was like, "If you find the cast, just throat punch George and run off."
My Roanoke trips were always fun. When we went with the guys that came over.
Alex.
Yep, that was funsy. Breakfast was fun. I got to see like actual big snow.
Yeah.
Like I've seen snow before when you and I went to Asheville.
Yeah.
We've seen snow, but this was big snow. Like
Yeah.
when cars are driving and they got like big snow on their hood on their roof of their car. That was fun.
Yeah, that's right. You weren't there in Connecticut for the blizzard. That was Destiny.
No, I didn't go to Connecticut with you, so I have no experience with that.
You're asking about the ghost. Do you remember the ghost?
So what's really funny about that? No, I wasn't with you on that one. But what's really funny about the ghost? George doesn't believe in ghosts, you guys. So I don't know why he's saying that there was a ghost.
It's not really
when he
a
doesn't
ghost.
really believe in ghosts. Because
So-
I am a ghost believer, and he doesn't believe in ghosts.
So it's 2:00 in the morning, and we're at Fort Raleigh, right? We're just walking around, and neither one of us were smart enough to bring a flashlight because we're idiots. So we're walking around, and it's cloudy. There's no moon. It's just dark. We are wandering this park because we know where we're going. Like we know how to get around. We know the layout, and that's because you can't see anything. So we're wandering around, and we're Bradley. This is the first time we had met. I think it was the first time we had met. And we were like, all right, well, we were like, let's just walk through the clues. So we started at the ticket office, and we walked from the ticket office to the side entrance of the theater, and we were walking up the theater like there's a middle row, like there's different levels to the theater, and there's like a middle row where you can walk. And we were walking between there, and it was dead silent, pitch black. You couldn't see anything. And all of a sudden we heard the deepest voice I've ever heard in my entire life say, hello. But it's not like you hear a voice and you know where it's coming from. This voice was all around us. It was like the Lord decided to greet us. And we both like shit. Like we didn't shit our pants. We shit each other's pants. Like it was crazy. We're just like,
See, I think you should
hi.
believe in ghosts.
It was a dude.
I think you should believe in. I think you should believe in ghosts.
It was the scariest thing that I have ever experienced in my life. And we're Bradley was the one with balls. He was just like, "Hey," and we just kept walking. I was like, "What the fuck was that, dude?"
We went ghost hunting once.
Yeah, that was for Ripley's. That wasn't.
I was gonna say it was gimmicky, but it was fun. They gave you these little weird lights that you're supposed to find the ghost with, but then they didn't work, and we didn't find any ghosts.
You know what? Because the guy earlier was talking about having a St. Augustine meetup. You know what I would like to do? I would like to have a St. Augustine meetup that has nothing to do with the secret. Let's just get a bunch of these people together for like Nights of Lights and go on the Carol tour, or go on the Ghost tour, or just go bar hopping. Why don't we just set up a day?
We're having an adult drinking day. We can plan pokey-sticking that day.
Do you want to make adult drinking day an invite for everybody? Just make an event in the group and be like, if you're in St. Augustine, come hang out.
I don't know what day adult drinking day is, though.
I don't either.
We got to coordinate that with other
have to
people
coordinate
because
that with other people.
that's not our thing.
Well, why don't you work out adult drinking day? And then, because really the only person we have to get an okay from is James.
Yep, because it's his plan. It's
This is
James.
his plan.
It's James' idea.
And I don't think James would care.
James
likes
wouldn't
being around
care. James, if you're watching this, do you care?
But we could
save
make
me a
it-
text
well,
if you can answer me.
because he wanted to take what's her face, the new girl, out to see St. Augustine anyway. So if we have a bunch of people and we're just hanging out, why
That's
don't
fine.
you ask James? Not right now.
Oh.
and then I'll create an event.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because we have a tiny group right now that's a yes. They don't know about what's so funny.
Bella asked, after you cleaned up the mess in your pants, did you ask if they knew where there was a box, the ceramic box with the key in it located? And we didn't. And I do want to clarify, we didn't clean up the mess in our pants because that would be weird because we shit in each other's pants. I had to clean up Bradley's pants because he doesn't want to clean up my poop. And I don't want to clean up his. So we took our pants off. We traded.
Well, the dates that we're thinking of is going to be around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The week around Thanksgiving. It's going to be one of those
It'll be
days.
one of those days. Is there a haunted house restaurant? Oh, God.
I think all the restaurants.
No. Because Cameron was at the haunted house restaurant.
Oh, I understand. I thought he meant like an actual ghosty.
No.
We could probably find you a ghosty.
That was another fun time. The Cleveland thing with the haunted house where Michael Myers would not quit stabbing me. And like, okay, so here's a tip for all treasure hunters. If I could give you one tip, if you're ever in a situation where a waiter is stabbing you with a fake plastic knife, don't slide a 20 in their pocket.
Because he'll stab you more.
They will not stop.
He's like stabbed George like 20 minutes straight.
It got to the point where I was just like, dude, what do you want me to do? I've already done the, what do you want me to do now? Like eat my breakfast while you're stabbing me? What do you want me to do? So yeah, don't do that. In fact, just don't go to the haunted house restaurant in Cleveland.
So let's do it. Let's plan a get together. It's gonna be around.
Cameron said he stabbed him like 7 times. Dude, there's nothing. That's nothing. 7 is nothing. Nothing.
Cameron had the good table.
I can't remember.
Our table
Cameron
was so chaotic.
I think Cameron was near us.
No, he was on the table over.
Oh.
He was at the nice table.
Oh.
Our table, it was you and me arguing and making things awkward.
Yeah, that was so okay. So the way I knew that this restaurant was going to be just epic is that Rachel and I had gotten married the day before, like hours before, and we went to this restaurant and we're at a table and we're sitting kind of kitty cornered to each other. We're not sitting across like Rachel's sitting. It's like Nick, Rachel, and then Daniel.
No, Nick
Duke.
was by you.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because I was across from Nick. So Nick was by you.
Nick was by. I was sitting next to Nick. Rachel was sitting next to Daniel Duke.
And the other side of me was Natalie.
Natalie and Daniel Duke. And Rachel was sitting across from Nick, so I was like diagonal to Rachel. And the waiter came over and asked if we were celebrating anything, and Natalie was like, "Yeah, she got married." So
me and Daniel Duke.
So
we're all snuggled up looking at the drink menu.
They brought over this huge like wedding drink. And they were like, "Congratulations on getting getting married." And they put it right in front of Rachel and Daniel with these 2 straws pointed at it. So I have a picture of my brand new wife drinking the wedding drink with Daniel Duke. That's how I knew. It's going to be perfect, this breakfast. Everything.
And then Jason Olsen, I'm sure he felt like so out of place because we were arguing and he just left.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to listen to these guys fight all day. We didn't fight all day. We only fought for like what, maybe 10 minutes because I wasn't happy.
No,
I wasn't happy about the seating situation, and and then you weren't happy because I kept calling you over and you were frustrated already. Yeah. Like you just weren't happy.
Marge didn't get stabbed at all.
I don't think Michael Myers was allowed to stab girls. Because I noticed that too. Because I was
didn't stab any girls.
He didn't stab.
Was a guy.
He was definitely into the guys.
Maybe I'm just cuter than all the girls. I don't want to say that I was cuter than Marge because she's cuter than I am.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So maybe he's just attracted to overweight.
Or maybe he knew that you can handle the knife stabs.
Maybe he was like, this dude's gonna get a treasure one day. I want to get in his will. Or he was like, you got enough padding, it's fine.
I mean, we have a lot of adventures that are outside the secret, though. Like, we do. Like, so when we went to Daytona, remember we had the big burger? That was a fun.
With Alan and Chet?
That was a fun night.
Oh my God. So, okay.
Like, that was a really, really fun night.
Chet has to get props for this. So, me and Alan and Chet all decide to go.
Oh, Evie got stabbed.
Well, that's nice.
Look, she like, that's nice.
So me and Anagram Guy and Chet, because that's how you would know Alan. We all, and Rachel and Alan's wife, we decided to go out to dinner in Daytona, and Alan really likes
burgers. He's a big burger guy.
Well, also eating challenges like diners, drive-ins.
So do you, and he's also big into beers too. Alan's an IPA kind of guy.
So we went to this place that has like 60 different beers on tap, and they have this burger challenge, which is it was 2 grilled
Maybe we
cheese.
can find it. Let's find it.
Okay.
It's gonna be the Daytona. Big. Oh, you're just gonna find it that way. Maybe you can just find a picture of it. It's not that. It's not Krabby Joe's. It's called.
Sure, it looks like that.
No, it wasn't Krabby Joe's. Oh, that looks like that might be it. Three men, the men. That looks like that might be it.
Hang on, let me see if I can find just an image.
That looks like that might be it.
Yeah, that's it.
That looks like it. Yeah, it looks.
So what it is it's 2 whole grilled cheese or 3.
You put the little picture up there so they could see it.
It's 3 grilled cheese sandwiches with 2 buns in the middle. Like, okay, it's this. Hang on. It's that. It's 3 grilled cheese sandwiches with is it 2 or 4 patties and chili and cheese and just a massive amount of bacon and fries.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
This is what it is. So we all went there for that.
I didn't get that. I got a regular burger because I'm smart.
Well, that's why we went.
That's why the boys went.
Why am I doing this? I'm an idiot. Anyway, okay. So we went there for that burger, and me and Alan are like normal people, I guess. And we're like, there's no way we're going to be able to eat this burger. So we took the top half of the burger off and put it to the side. And we were like, oh, we'll just eat this small part, and we'll have the other part for lunch. Chet apparently did not see us remove the top half of this burger and put it to the side. So me and Alan are just casually eating.
Talking
and eating the bottom half of our burger. And Chet's like, holy fuck, I got to catch up.
So he's like chowing down.
Like chowing down.
Like he's going ham on his burger.
It's like, I knew George was fat. I didn't know he could inhale half of.
He was eating so fast.
It was, and he, like, me and Alan finished our half of the, yes, this is live. Me and Alan finished our bottom half of the burger. And then Chet, his plate is clean. And we were looking at him like, holy shit, dude. You ate that whole thing. Now, you have to picture Chet. Chet's not a big dude.
No, he's very tiny.
He's like, no, he's not small. He's like muscular.
Yeah, but you know, he's thin. He's not like, thin. Yeah.
He's more Alan than me.
Yeah, for sure.
We're like, dude, what did you, and he's like, you guys ate yours. I was like, well, but half of ours are in to-go plates. Like
he thought he was behind. So he was trying to catch up. And then turns out he ate his whole burger. And then George and Alan took half of their burger home. And so he won his challenge.
Didn't he ask for dessert after that? Like, you guys want to get ice cream or something?
Oh, I don't remember. No, I don't remember if he did.
Oh my God. It was so much fun. We should do something like that again too.
Yeah, so we did that, and it has nothing to do with the secret. We didn't even talk about the secret at the dinner. When we go out to dinner, we hardly ever talk about the secret.
People are very respectful of that. George has to talk about the secret all the time, and he doesn't want to talk about it when he's with his family.
I don't know. They don't really do it with us.
Well, sometimes, like,
I mean, for meeting someone to talk about theories, like if they're like, "Hey, we're going to meet this person, we're going to talk about this theory," then we listen. But if it's like, "Hey, we're going to go and get a burger," no one really talks about the secret.
No. But like, I really do think, like I've said numerous times, that's my least favorite thing to
do. It's Sunday Funday after hours, guys. Hi, everyone.
This is a whole different live stream.
Oh yeah, this is This is the after hours live stream.
Yeah, this has nothing really to do with the secret.
Yeah, we just
got bored.
George just wanted to talk.
Well, I wanted to talk about St. Augustine, and we did. We went on for like an hour.
Let's see what else. What else is fun has happened to us?
Erica is hyped.
What would Erica like to talk about?
What do you want us to talk about, Erica? Shit, does anybody else want to come on? Who cares? I'm sorry. What else is there? What other fun times? We got the cruise coming up. Oh, people have to do the Secret Santa. I told them about that.
Yep. Everybody sign up for Secret Santa. The limit is $50.
Yeah, we raised it this time.
So everybody should do it. It's funsies. So what happens if I get your name and you get mine? Can we trade with someone?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to buy for you.
That's only happened once, where one person got
their significant other.
Yeah, it wasn't like a significant other. It was like somebody that they worked really closely with, and they wanted somebody else, so they swapped with somebody.
We got to talk about the Dolphin house, but let's finish our thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they swapped, but it was like an unofficial swap, because in order to like swap officially, we got to re-roll everybody.
Okay, well, if I get George, someone should let me know. Like, if you're willing to swap with me, give me a shout out.
Nobody
like a
wants
name.
me.
No, I don't want you.
Hey, I got an Amazon wish list. That should be easy.
I don't want to shop for you. I shop for you enough. I don't want to shop you for this. You'll end up with a bottle of Johnny Walker.
I'm happy with that.
Then you'll end up with like
I got one over there.
Some computer parts.
Do you want to drink some Johnny Walker?
The Dolphin house. Okay, so we went to. Kathy said she'll do it. So if I get you, Kathy's going to end up going to get you. So just FYI, you already know who your Secret Santa is, just in case I get you. Okay.
There you go.
Technical difficulty. Sorry, guys. So the Dolphin house, we went to the Bahamas on our cruise. We also have a secret cruise coming up, you guys. It was so much fun last time. And this one's even going to be bigger and better because it's more days out and we got a much bigger group. And some of the destinations are more fun. Like this time we're going to Grand Turk, and that's always big fun.
Brian's coming.
Brian's coming, and we're having big dinner.
I think Rob's coming too.
Oh, is Rob coming too? See, look, we got two secret people already. But we went to Bimini, right? Was it Bimini? No, it was Bimini. And Natalie, we were on the beach and we're all hanging out. And Natalie's like, let's go to this Dolphin house.
Oh, so you have to set this up though. Because this is not like, this is something that's advertised everywhere like it is the greatest thing in the world. Everywhere. On the cruise ship, it's like, book a trip to the Dolphin house.
What is the greatest thing in the world?
I know, but it's booked like it's a dolphin museum.
Yeah. So it's called a dolphin museum. So I don't know what a dolphin museum is. Like me being an aquarium kind of girl, I expected there was going to be some dolphins there, maybe some dolphin skeletons, like dolphin related stuff.
Maybe a dolphin show, like you could feed the dolphins, something. I don't know.
Yeah, like we're expecting to be like a dolphin aquarium almost. So we're like, okay, and Natalie's like, it's right down the road, and we're like, okay. She's like, it's walking distance. I said, I'm down for a dolphin house. Are you down for the dolphin house? So we're totally down for the dolphin house. So we walk, not very far. It was like maybe a 3-minute walk. It wasn't very far at all. We walk here, and you see these weird, the fences, like it's just globs of like conch shells and concrete. And we're like, well, this is a little odd. And so we walk inside. Now you're gonna finish the story because you're gonna be better at this than I am.
Okay. So we get there and we're like, this house is weird. Like the Dolphin house is not a museum that I'm used to. So we get there and we're like, what the hell is this? So this guy greets us, and he is the proprietor of the Dolphin house. I forgot his
name. Dude, what was his name?
Prince something or other. Because he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth.
For some reason.
Anyway, so he's like, He's like, it's $15 a person. And we were like, we will happily pay you $15.
I think it was $10 a person.
Whatever. For the tour of the Dolphin House. We're like,
and we were the only group there. It was a tiny group, so it was the 4 of us.
So then he told us the story of the Dolphin House.
There's only one.
There's only one Dolphin House in the world. There can never be another Dolphin House in the world.
People would try.
People will try. They cannot replicate the Dolphin House. And this is why. This man said that he was out swimming with the dolphins, and the dolphins telepathically sent him a message from Jesus telling him to build a house. But he must build the house out of found objects. So his house is built out of conch shells and old beer bottles. Like, the windows are beer bottles concreted into a wall. There's like found objects from the beach. His ceiling is made of buoys, and tile is broken bottles and broken tile that he's stolen from hotels. I don't say stolen, repatriated from hotels that are being built in the area. Oh yeah, I'll show you a picture.
And then, so he's like, he has a love for dolphins. This is why he called it the Dolphin Museum, because he has a love for dolphins. He goes out, he goes swimming with them. He communicates with the dolphin. He has a bond with these dolphins. So throughout the Dolphin House, you see shapes of mosaic dolphins everywhere. And they're like all over the place. And this thing is like a 3-level house. So we were the only one there. We go inside. We look at the first level. It was very fun. He also uses it for an Airbnb too. And then we go in the second level. We go up these little narrow stairs. And there's the second level. And then we were all hanging out. And all of a sudden, he's like, this big group is coming.
Yeah, he's like, got a big group coming. You guys have to hide. Go up on the...
He's like, hurry up, go upstairs.
Go up on the roof. There's a
lighthouse.
A lighthouse up there.
A lighthouse up there.
There is no lighthouse.
There is a lighthouse.
No, it's not a lighthouse.
It's not like a lighthouse what you were thinking. And so we're like, what? He like shoved us off, made us go into this rooftop.
Can I find pictures
And
of
the rooftop, it's not even like, it's like more of a safety issue. Because it doesn't even have like, you can just like, if you weren't like paying attention, you can just fall right off the roof. Like, it doesn't have any like bordered gates or anything. So it's just one big flat roof. And so we were just all hanging on the roof for a little while. And we got our picture taken with them too.
Yeah.
And we went back. And then once the group was, there, which we were getting ready to leave, we came back and took our picture. Oh, you put your little, tell me what your secret pen.
Yeah. So the thing, here is the roof, by the way. Or this is the light, man. Yeah, that's the lighthouse. Like, whatever the hell that is, it's just a concrete.
He made it.
Pillar.
He made the little lighthouse. He made it.
Yeah.
He made that lighthouse.
Nothing that
everything in the Dolphin House he made.
So he was asking if we brought anything because he invites visitors to leave something at the Dolphin House.
His big thing is business cards.
Yeah, he polyurethanes business cards into tabletops and on the walls, and people left like lighters and beer bottle caps. And
we didn't have a business card.
Cement them into his walls. So we had a secret pin.
Yeah.
And we gave him one of the secret pins.
And he stuck it in the wall. He concreted it there.
For now until the end of time, on the Dolphin House, the only Dolphin House, there could be no other Dolphin House. On the wall, there is a secret pin from moi.
So what's really funny, so when we went to the Dolphin's house and that whole big group was coming, Jason was on a tour. He like paid for like an excursion.
And to the Dolphin House.
Yeah, to the Dolphin House. So he was part of this big group.
That they made us hide on the roof so that the big group wouldn't see us. Kathy said the whole 3-level house is built out of reclaimed stuff. Yes.
Yes, it is. Can you find some pictures of the inside? Like, it's the coolest thing ever. It really is. It was such a cool experience. It's totally worth the money. If you guys are ever in Bimini, check out the Dolphin House.
I mean, these photos on Google Photos,
they don't do it justice.
They make it look a lot less janky than it actually is. It is not safe.
I mean, it is safe. I would stay the night there.
Would you?
I would totally stay the night at the Dolphin House. I would rent out an Airbnb and I would stay there.
That's his gift shop.
That's his gift shop, yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. We'll do this. Yeah, that is what the whole place looks like. It's just like shit cemented everywhere and hanging from the roof and mismatched tile. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like the he was still building. He was still working on the kitchen and stuff because you could see that, you know, he was adding to it. So he says it's never ending. His work is never done.
Yeah, he's just gonna add a fourth layer. When the bottom three are complete, there'll just be a fourth layer. Oh, that was after how many golf carts did it take us to get there?
God, it was so many golf carts.
Pro tip: if you're going to Bimini, rent golf carts from a legit place on the boat and not just from a dude like a gas station.
Because our golf cart kept dying.
We went through like 6 of them.
It was so many of them.
Can you find the secret pin in the web pictures?
You took a picture of it. Why don't you just find that on your Facebook? You took a picture of it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you made a point to take a picture of it because you were so proud of yourself. Maybe Dolphin House. I would use the word dolphin. Right. Or the word pen. No. Are you trying to search your profile?
I'll find it. Just give me a second. October 28th.
Oh, is that when we went?
Yeah.
That was one for Bimini?
That was for Bimini. I don't
Oh, man. I know that someone took a picture. Natalie, if you have the picture, will you post it so we can share it? Because I know you take a picture of everything, and I do not. So I asked Natalie to post it, just in case you can't find it. Because Natalie takes 1,000 pictures.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. Well, you tried.
How do I share?
Just put the picture.
Send it on your phone. Send it to me on Messenger.
Okay. Man, Natalie's on top of stuff. And it's like right next to a beer can.
Send it to me on Messenger and I'll
Man, Natalie's like really on top of stuff. See, I told you. Yeah. It's nice to have someone on top of stuff.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, after our Bimini, after our go-karts kept dying,
somebody said that reminds them how the Winchester Mansion was built. Do you know about that? The Winchester Mansion, the one that's like got trap doors to everywhere and doors that lead nowhere, and it's like a big maze. Oh, you would love that. You need to look at the Winchester Mansion.
What Marineland used to be. I thought Marineland was like a legit built place. Like,
what are you talking about?
He's like Marineland used to be.
Oh, that's probably like when we were like, we thought this was what the Dolphin House was going to be.
Oh, yeah, kind of like that. But Marineland at least has dolphins that you can, like, touch.
And Natalie just sent me, like, 800 photos.
Okay. Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
There it is.
Right next to a beer can.
There it is. Right next to a bottle of Sans beer. Secret pen. Man.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of our cruise, if you guys are thinking about coming, we also did trivia. George rocked it. Our secret team rocked trivia. Christina won hers for Friends. George won his for music.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There was a lot of karaoke that was done. And Natalie put together little scavenger hunts. And what else? What else was funsies?
Drinking was fun with all of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to know people. Like, I didn't know. There were a lot. Like, half of the people I didn't know before we went on that cruise. And, like, I feel like they're all kind of friends.
Yeah. I never met Natalie before in real life since the cruise.
Steve.
Yeah, I haven't met a lot of people since the cruise. Like, you know, it was funsies. What else is funsies? So we talked about the Dolphin House because Natalie brought that up.
Soon we're gonna have to go though. It's 11 o'clock, and we have to decorate the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
because I'm
George.
one of those weirdos.
Yeah, George already put the Christmas tree down.
One of them.
What is the question?
If there's one group of people who probably have excellent trivia skills, it's secret people. That's true. So yeah. Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm thinking. We need to put together an itinerary then if we're gonna put like a meetup day.
Can't we just fly by the seat of our pants?
Okay. I just didn't know if you want to like make activities.
Kathy, will there ever be a St. Louis meetup? No. I am not gonna do any more meetups. No more big meetups. That's my thing now. Done. You guys can do meetups, and then you can say, "Hey, George, come to my meetup."
I thought
okay.
having one in Louisville was up in the air.
That is up in the air. That is whether or not Kit wants to do it. Because I'm still like iffy on if I should.
I mean, that's the only thing I know. What was it? Oh, Natalie posted something. And then the cruise is flying out of Miami. So the day before, we're all going to go to Miami and we're going to just hang out, free party before the cruise.
Yeah, well, everybody's all, because Rachel's all about the meetups, but we have crew, like we went on a cruise, we're going on another cruise, so that's kind of a meetup. And what the savior there is, Natalie plans it. I don't have to, because I don't think people realize how
involved.
Do you know how hard it is to plan a surprise wedding with all the palancars and nobody know about it?
Trying to see what else.
How do you top that at the next meetup? We're gonna have a surprise divorce? Go to St. Louis and get divorced?
I don't even know what's in St. Louis.
An arch.
I don't know if I want to go to St. Louis. Do you? Is there something there to do?
Nellie's in St. Louis.
He is.
I think Sunday was talking New Orleans. Oh yeah, Sunday's gonna do New Orleans in a couple of years. Meet up there.
I'm doing New Orleans soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
That's gonna be a meetup, but it's only for close friends.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Rev Cooley is in St. Louis.
Oh, that gives us a reason to go.
Yeah.
I'll travel to go see some friends.
He played a cover of Sunday Bloody Sunday, but changed it to Sunday Bloody Funday.
Oh, that's funny.
Any prospects for a New York meetup? I did that already. Twice.
New York was fun. I'll go to New York again, not for a meetup, but just to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go anywhere, like, if it's fun. It doesn't have to be, like, a meetup. You remember the time that we flew from Texas? We flew in and flew out the same day to meet Sunday?
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I wish we could do that again. Because, like, $50 flights to Texas?
I bet you could do that anywhere.
Yeah.
You guys want us to fly in and meet you and fly back out the same day?
As long as Frontier has $50 flights.
We'll totally do it to come meet you guys. Do something.
Because it's a lot of fun to just, like, hop and go to another city.
Yeah, we were there for a couple of hours, and then, you know, our airport's not that far.
There's lots of stuff to do in New York besides dig. The two things that I've wanted to do in New York is get a New York slice of pizza and a dirty water hot dog. And I've been to New York 5 times now.
Sounds about right.
And I have not been able to do those two things.
Our last trip to New York was fun. We went and rode the ferry. We know how to navigate public transportation for the ferry. We met Dan for dinner at the Cats. And you went to the little thrift store that you wanted to go to. We did some thrifting. It was fun. New York was fun.
I mean, I had different experiences, but yeah, it was fun.
It was fun for me.
The last time I went to New York was fun, hanging out with everybody when Destiny went.
I did not go with that one.
No.
No, I did not. So I can't compare.
But we went back to Seek and Destroy, Search and Destroy.
Yeah, Search and Destroy.
Okay. Well, are we good?
Anybody else want to talk about anything before we leave?
Before we leave, last call.
When's your next Sunday Funday?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I've gotten to where I don't schedule them unless somebody wants to talk about something. Like, you give me a topic and
What should we talk about our next Sunday Funday?
cruise is a big commitment. She's right.
Who is?
Rachel Malley. She says a cruise is a big
Oh.
commitment. Erica wants to talk about the anniversary. Well, she should do that. With whoever. Talk about St. Augustine.
I know a lot of things about St. Augustine.
Me too.
Like a lot.
Mm.
Did you share them?
She said next time. She's like, not right now. We don't want to hear you anymore. Next time. You shut your mouth. Next time.
Did you show him that weird video that you showed me about St. Augustine?
No, I don't think I can show that because of copyright.
Oh, okay. Let's not show that then.
Yeah. That was cool though. It's a video from like 1920 or 1930 or whatever. It's like a color tourist video of St. Augustine. Town was way different back then.
Way different than what it is
So was
now.
the flag, which freaked me out. The American flag.
Because it was missing some stars.
Some stars.
It was missing some stars. If anybody wants to join us for the day in St. Augustine in November, you should let us know, and then I'll get a date from James, and then we can plan it.
Can you share the link? It's
not
public. It's
no.
on my server. I'll stream it one day. Because we need to do another one of those movie nights. I'd really like to do it because those were fun.
It's only 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 8 minutes.
It's not even a real movie.
I'll stream it though.
It's just like a quick clip.
What I'll do is like Monday or Tuesday, one day I'll just set it up and I'll set it streaming, repeating for like 48 hours, and I'll post the link on the group, and then everybody can watch it. It's not like it doesn't blow your mind.
It's nothing groundbreaking. It's just from
no,
the 30s.
But I was thinking about doing like a movie night where we just watch movies that were filmed in the cities in the 80s. Like there's a lot to choose from New York, but Andy Warhol made a bunch of artsy flicks where he basically just walked the streets of Manhattan. I was thinking about that would be cool. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
There's a lot of movies made in Florida.
Not that many made in St. Augustine though. Just one or two.
I think there's like a handful.
There's Illegally Yours. The rest of them are all filmed in the woods. Like there's the Celestine Prophecy was filmed here, but it was in the woods.
Pippi Longstocking was filmed in Fernandina.
That's not St. Augustine.
Close enough.
There was that one about St. Augustine, that one lady that was murdered on the island.
Mm-hmm.
But that was all like interior shots. Even stuff in the 40s was all interior shots. So Illegally Yours was really the only one I can think of that's period appropriate. Even still, it was the late 80s, early 90s.
I couldn't get into that movie. I don't think it was for me.
Dumb.
I don't think the movie was for me.
It was dumb.
That's not my cup of tea.
All right. Well, let's close this out and then go do something else.
Alrighty, guys. I guess we're closing this out so we can do something else.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming to.
Oh, that guy said that these movies and cities ideas is awesome.
Yeah, I'll make like a poll for like the city we should choose, and then I can once we choose a city, I can put together like a bunch of movies, and then we can pick, or I can at least research which one has the most street shots or whatever. I mean, if we do that, they're not going to be great movies. Like Andy Warhol didn't win any Oscars, it's like, but he made a lot of like just shots of streets and parks. Like there's one movie I downloaded, some guy's video diary. Some artist from New York had a video diary, and it's legitimately him just filming parks and streets in New York, but it's like 19 hours long.
I bet you that there are some really good movies made in the 80s in New York.
Oh yeah, there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
But
That's where you should start for good movies in the 80s.
yeah,
New York City is your best bet.
That's what we should do. Ken
What?
said we should Mystery Science Theater 3000, the crappy movies. We could get a bunch of searchers on that are just smart asses. Because we got a lot of those. We got a lot of smart asses. And we could just sit and make fun of the movies.
That's an idea.
That would be fun.
I mean, that's what you want to do.
All right. I'll put something together. Oh, and somebody on YouTube, Andy Collins, said the same thing. So yeah, apparently we're going to Mystery Science Theater 3000, some shitty movies about New York.
I mean, it doesn't have to be New York now.
No, we'll definitely do
I mean, if you want
yours.
good movies, I was going to say New York is probably your best, or even California.
No, we'll definitely do Illegally Yours if we're going to make fun of movies. Robert Downey Jr. in the 90s? Hell yeah, just make fun of him.
He was really good in Less Than Zero.
Oh.
He really was.
All right. Tell everybody bye.